Okay, spoiler alert, that was actually filmed on the Nikon Z50. Because I liked it so much, we went and bought another one. Hi, and welcome back to the channel today. Today, well, you see, I need a new camera. Okay, I didn't need a new camera. I wanted a new camera. And I had a look, and I was convinced I was going to go with the Sony A6400. Good solid camera, great reviews, superb. So off I poddle down to my local camera store. It's actually Wex that I went to. They changed my mind. Okay, they put doubt in my mind, and I came away without getting anything that day whatsoever. So why did I do that? I was going there for it. They showed me the Nikon Z50. Now, I suppose if I wasn't a Nikon user already, I might not have been bothered by that at all. But when I looked at how much it was going to cost for new lenses for the Sony, and the fact that the menu system is totally different to what I'm used to, and the Z50 had face tracking in it, had eye tracking in there as well, had subject tracking, it ticked the boxes that I wanted a video camera for, or a camera that could do video. I wanted something portable, something I'd chuck in the bag. Now, it's not as small as the Sony. That is the one downside to it, to be fair. It's not as small, but it's still portable enough for me, and the advantages far outweigh what it is. So, here we go. Gone and got the Nikon Z50. Lovely little camera. Now, I have added a little small rig plate to the bottom. Take that off. Some Peak Design toggles, so I use all their straps. So the reason I've done that is because this does have a flip down screen, which is perfect. Absolutely brilliant. Trouble is, it's right where the tripod mount is. So by having this on the side, it brings it out, and there, I can use that. Now, it's got points there that I can just drop a tripod or anything else in. It's got a cold shoe on the side. The one downside to this is that it doesn't allow you to change the battery, which if you go set up the video, it does leave a hole just there so that we can put a cable through and have a battery mount. That isn't available at the moment, unfortunately. So hopefully that won't be too long in the making. They'll get that sorted so that we've got something there, but there's no third-party ones, there's no originals as of yet. So what else did I look for when I was looking for this camera? I wanted something that I could use with the YouTube stuff, really. I wanted face tracking on there. I wanted to be able to take it so I could use it handheld if needed, put it on a little gorilla pod and just use it, take it out and about. And the other thing that I miss is I miss having a camera in my camera bag. I go places so often, and I don't mean camera bag, I mean my everyday bag, my Peak Design everyday travel bag that I take with my laptop and everything else in. That, to me, is the key thing for me. I have my phone, I take it with me, but it's not quite good enough. It's great for the odd little picture, but it's not good enough for anything else. I wanted something that's a bit more portable, and this is just on the cusp of fitting that bill. Lens retracts, so it pops out like that, which is great, and then you can just drop it away, which is quite nice as well. The one thing I sort of wish it didn't have, like the Sony, is this massive viewfinder window at the top. And as for a flash, it's got a little flash there. What's the point, really? I don't think I'll ever use that. I don't think I've ever used on camera flash. But I suppose this isn't just aimed at a professional photographer, it's aimed at Joe Blogs. They've gone into that market space. Now this is Nikon's first APC mirrorless camera. They obviously have the Z60s and Z7s, which are higher quality, full frame, great professional use, but not as portable as this. We use 850s in the studio all the time. It's our staple camera, but being able to have this with a lens adapter to use any of the lenses we've already got is fantastic. The hunting on this lens, we'll show you in a bit, is just beautiful. And the other really key feature that I like is on the top here, we've got U1 and U2. It's their first step into giving us a bit of customization. They've done the same on the Z60s and Z7s, which is fantastic. I believe they've got one extra on those as well. They've got a U3. This allows me to set 4K video up on U1, for instance, and set it up for my photographs, manual, exactly how I like it. U2 allows me to put it into slow-mo, so I can just switch straight over to that. With set frame rates, everything's set onto there. My color profiles are set. So I've actually set this to flat. It doesn't come with, I suppose, M-Log it would be for Nikon or anything else like that. It doesn't come with a log format, unfortunately, but the flat is beautiful, absolutely lovely. Quality's brilliant. I've tried our own profiles on that we use on the Nikon D850s. Unfortunately, because it's only 8-bit, it just deteriorates, it's not good enough for that. But the flat profile that comes with this, it's actually pretty good, to be fair. And I'll keep playing with it and see what we get. But the fact that we've got face tracking, subject tracking is superb. So yeah, first impressions of the camera, absolutely brilliant. I'll show you a few little features now, we'll run through separately. But yeah, if you're after a little camera, this is probably one that's getting missed. Probably a little bit more expensive than the Sony as well. I paid $10.29 for this, which was the kit. Came with the lens and came with the FTZ, I think it is, adapter, so that I can put my existing lenses on as well, onto that. Whereas the Sony was only going to cost me 900 quid, but I don't get the advantage of using all my existing lenses with that either. And I've got to learn a new menu system, and I hate learning. I'm past that age, we don't need it. Okay, let's have a look at some of the bits and pieces. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the camera here. Obviously I've got it in photo mode just so that you can see the screen, I can record it. We've got tracking, so it's on auto at the moment, so we can track the subject. We can flip it round and it's going to auto track on the face. See, it's picked up the eye already. It's going into that on selfie mode. We can change the touch, so now that's for autofocus only, as opposed to touch and shoot. Let's have a little look at the buttons on the camera. So we've got a little display switching thing, so it switches between automatic display, so that's now on viewfinder only. I don't know if you can see that through there. And then that switches automatically, so when you put your eye next to it, it's going to switch over to the EVF and monitor only, so that has no effect whatsoever. Display, we've got actual buttons on the touchscreen, so it is fully touchscreen, so we can switch it over. We've got the zooming in, so we can get our focus if we're doing it manually. I have rebadged that button to do focus, because that's what I like. We've got the info button, we've got the menu button, we've got the play, delete, and then we've got the OK. Now the OK activates tracking so that we can track a subject. So if we put it onto that, as we move it around, it's going to keep that there. And then OK just to take it off again. On the sides, we've got a dedicated mic port for a 3.5mm jack. We've got a USB, micro USB. Now this allows you to charge the camera, but only when it's off. Okay, it doesn't allow you to charge it while it's actually on, which is such a shame. It would be great if we could have just had that powered while we were working. And then we've got I think it's a D-type HDMI, so we've had to buy a new cable for that to fit into the Atmos as well. It's got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in. We've got the little button to pop up the flash, which is of no use whatsoever. Shush. Got the eyedropper. We've got the menu settings on the top. So we've got the U1, U2, we've got scene selection. It's got quite a few good little scene selections actually. Fully auto, program, shutter priority, aperture priority, and manual. And effects. It's got some nice little effects, Toy Town, this, that, and the other. It's all quite nice, I'm sure. A little switch over from manual to camera. What else we got? Got nothing on that side there. We've got the exposure compensation into that there. We've got the ISO button for changing ISO. Video record, on, off. And at the front, we've actually got two buttons here, function 1 and function 2. I've actually had these reprogrammed so that I can quickly change my white balance, or I can change my focus from autofocus face to continuous to single, and then from those I can change the other way. Oops, I can change the other way into wide, small, or auto onto that as well. This is smaller than obviously full frame cameras, so my hands don't fit it as well, which is one of the reasons that I bought Nikon in the first place. It fitted well, but you can't have everything. I need it compact, that's what I've asked for. On the bottom, we've got the battery compartment, SD card slot into there, and your batteries in there as well, EL25 little battery. And hopefully they'll produce a power pack. It's got a little pop out slot there for the cable. So they're obviously going to produce one of those, hopefully they'll do that soon. On the bottom, we got the mount there as well, and as I say, that pops out. You can pop it down for selfie mode, and you can actually set it that every time you pop it down into exactly that position, it automatically puts it into selfie mode, so it's going to focus on your face and constantly track. You can turn that off in settings. I've left it on because actually that's my purpose for it, so that should work quite well. The eyedropper just pops off as well into that, so you got a nice little bit there that you can replace. I don't know why we've got that off just yet. They don't make any blanking plates for it, and it's an EVF, not a SLR, so we shouldn't need to blank that off anyway, but I don't know. I've also bought a little cover for that. It doesn't come with it. I bought it and put it on because actually it just helps weather seal it a little bit better, but I just love the way that just pops back in. I say Peak Design straps onto there. We've got the rotating dial at the top there as well, and then we've got the focus ring, and we've got the zoom into that there. Okay, hope you enjoyed all of that. We have done a totally separate video which is just on the menu system because that's quite long in its own right and it doesn't necessarily interest everyone. So go and have a look at that if that's of interest to you. It is just the menu, nothing else. If you like the video, thumbs up, really appreciate it. Subscribe for any future bits and pieces. It's normally once a week, but at the moment we're doing a bit of extra because we have the time, so we're doing some editing challenges and things like that as well. So come along for the journey, love to see you there.